Good night, guys, and welcome back. And it is still Sunday night. It is Diwali 2023, and I am powered by sweets right now. So I decided, hey, let me just drop another video for you guys. Since a lot of you guys were looking out for a video based on some questions pertaining to the topics that we were doing. So the first question, circle the letter below, which does not have any lines of symmetry, which is question number 16. Why is that moving there? Hold on, let me just get the pen. All right, change it to red. All right, question 16. Nice. All right, so the first thing is that I always like to do a quick recap of the question before we even start analyzing the question itself. So, what is symmetry? Now, symmetry itself, it defines that a shape is identical on both sides when we divide it with a line, right? And there are many instances of symmetry in nature. Think of a butterfly. A butterfly itself, if you draw a line through the center, one wing is almost the same as another wing. And also remember, I told you guys the story that when I was in university, one of our chemistry lecturers told us that symmetry is present everywhere in nature, and a lot of top brands they use symmetry in their logos to because symmetry, anything with symmetry, a lot people usually refer to it as beautiful. So think about McDonald's, the golden arches, that actually has one line of symmetry going through the center. Think about those exotic cars like Mercedes Benz that has three lines of symmetry, one, two, three. Even BMW that also has a line of symmetry going through it. So think of symmetry like it basically you have two halves of something and each half is exactly the same. All right, so guys, even think about your face. All right, just look in the mirror. If you look one eye, you'll have another eye on the right side, left side, one nostril on the left side, one on the right side. I don't know why, but in the mornings one of mine is always blocked. So a lot of things in nature has symmetry. So circle the letter below which does not have any lines of symmetry. Now, this is a simple question, but normally when we get questions like this, they usually want you to find the ones with lines of symmetry. So this question already hit us with a reverse Uno card. So we just have to find the one that does not have a line of symmetry. It does not have a line. If we draw through it, we could have both halves reflected equally. So let's start. All right. R, it does not look like it has a line of symmetry, but remember I told you guys that we always need to double check our work. We have to make sure that the other answers are actually incorrect, so we know we're correct, right? So let's just put a question mark by R. Let's move on to U. So line straight through U. Okay, I'm trying this new app, and this new app is kind of weird to draw and talk at the same time. So this side is equal to this side. So this has a line of symmetry. So this is wrong. So we could cross it out. Y, draw a line here, line, it reflects. So think of it as putting a mirror. If you put a mirror where I drew that line just now, does it look the same? And lastly, V, so this side and that side reflects equally. So therefore, R is the letter below that has no lines of symmetry. If we cut it here, it's not going to reflect equal. If we cut it here, it's not going to reflect equal. So, guys, in essence, okay, where is the eraser? Oh, eraser here. Nice. Yes, I need to get more custom with this app. So the answer itself is R. Oh, guys, my voice is still going because I had the cold earlier last week. But let's try to run through this entire page before I take any breaks or any cuts with regards to recording. So, number 17. What size angle is formed between point A and point B? All right, guys, this is a really simple one. However, the diagram is a bit unusual. Now, if I draw this in a different way, you guys would immediately be able to get the answer. Check this out, like no joke. Line, same line, A, B, and just boom. With that arrow, you guys already know that that is 180 degrees. However, because of the drawing itself, it looked a little bit different. It looked like a upside down U, well, a U that was tilted 90 degrees. So you guys looked at the diagram and I was like, what are we playing connect the dots? Like, what is this all about? So, guys, this here is drawing it just a different way. But the way that is most commonly found in textbooks, they draw a line and then they show from this point to this point. And this is exactly 180 degrees, right? Now, remember, we have three things that could only, okay, so when we look at 90-degree angle, this is a right angle. It always is a right angle, right? 180 degrees, that'll always be 180 degrees or straight line. Our 360 degrees is a full rotation. Everything else is a range. So if we have from 1 degree to 89 degrees, that is an acute angle. And then we have obtuse, and then we have reflex. But 90 degrees, it has to be 90 degrees for it to be a right angle. It cannot be anything else. So the answer for question number 17 is 180 degrees. The only trick in this question really is that the diagram was drawn differently. And guys, that is the thing. For the essay exam, you guys will get questions that are very similar to what we did in class. But are they going to be the same? Unfortunately not. So this is why I always say I want you guys to be calm, relaxed. When you guys are relaxed, you guys will be able to make the best decision and the best choices. All right, now moving on. Could I move the? Yes, I could move the page. Woohoo! Yes. Okay, this is epic. All right, so number 18. The bar graph shows the grammar marks for 5 students. If David scored 12 marks more than Lomas, complete the graph to show Lomas's marks. All right, the first thing we have to know is that David scored 12 marks more than Lomas. So let's just write this out, right? So now, remember I told you guys that we should always try to draw, because guys, when we draw, we use the left side of our brain, and when we do mathematical questions like addition, subtraction, any calculations, we use the right side of the brains. So if we could use both sides, that will stack the odds in our favor. So let's check this out. So David scored 12 marks more than Lomas. So David is equal to Lomas plus 12, right? So David scores 12 more marks than Lomas. So they did not give us Lomas's mark, so we have to figure it out. So if David is equal to Lomas plus 12, and David is... Now, guys, let's go into another skill, which is figuring out how to read a bar graph. Now, in a bar graph, we may not always have the units given to us directly. In this case, we see 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. However, anything in between, we have to figure out. If it was Lucas, guys, that would be super easy. Lucas is 90, right? So how do we figure it out? First step, figure out the difference between the major lines. 80, 90, right? So I know you guys know this, but still, I want to show you guys it step by step. So 90 minus 80 equals 10. There is a 10 unit difference, in this case 10 grammar mark difference, between each heavy highlighted line between here to here. Now, the second step is figure out how much that gap is divided into, how much equal parts. In this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys cannot read that, that's too small for even me to read. But between 80 and 90 is divided into 5 equal parts. So if we divide 10 marks by 5 equal parts, we get 2 marks. Each little line is 2 marks long. Is 2 marks. It will account for 2 marks. So we have 80 here, right? And we have how many lines? We have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 of those little lines. So 3 twos are 6. So David got 80 plus 6. So David got 86. That is step 1. David got 86. So let me just erase this so I'll get a little bit of space to work over here on this side, right? So the main thing is we have 86 plus, you guys should watch over this video to figure out how I got it. So David has 86. And look, that is 12 marks more than Lomas. So 86 minus 12 would give us Lomas his marks. 6 minus 2, 4. 8 minus 1, 7. Lomas scored 74 marks. So how do we represent it? Simple. So we just find the average length of this. Guys, this part does not have to be precise. So we just draw it the average length. And then second, 74. So we can actually go all the way up to 70. And remember, each space is 2. So this will be 72. And lastly, 74. And all we do is, okay, so we could actually put anything here. You could draw little deers or stars or hearts, but it is generally acceptable to just keep whatever they did for the other parts of the bar graph. And that is basically just shade it. So just use the easier route where you're sure you would get the marks. So if David scored 12 marks more than Lomas, complete the graph to show Lomas's marks. So I would have given you guys 1 mark if you guys calculated that the answer was 74, and another mark if you successfully drew the graph. And it has to be accurate. Alright guys, so this is one of the pages. So I hope this helped you guys. If you guys liked it, just give it a like, share, all that jazz, subscribe. Alright, so thanks for watching. Hope it helped you guys. Take care and peace.